When is too much and too little for holiday decor? How does holiday decor sometimes overtake a room, and how do you ensure that your proportions are not unproportional? Meantime, this channel continues to get viewers big grants. This is free stimulus money. It's moving along so well. How can you get money right now? In this video, I'll be detailing those developments as well. Then, breaking news this Friday morning, Steve Mnuchin talks about that stimulus food and big developments from Washington and the reaction on Wall Street. All minutes ago, and this is Holidays LALATE. Hey, good morning, everybody. Or if you're on the East Coast, good afternoon. This is Holidays LALATE, our lighthearted midday show that covers a little bit about holiday decor at the 10-minute mark. But then the first 10 minutes is about your stimulus and how to get stimulus right now, not minutes from now, not hours from now, but right now. Boy, it is a great Friday morning, and I'm so glad you joined me because in this video, I am getting people money right now. I'm not getting people money weeks from now, 5 days from now, or 5 months from now. And in the last 48 hours, hundreds of thousands of dollars have been given to the viewers of this channel because they have found first stimulus grant money. This is free money that's available in their city, counties, and states. It's ready for you to get. It's expiring in December, and they've gotten it right now. So in this video, I'll explain how you get that money right now, and I'll be answering some of your questions just this morning about getting this money. Then I'll be going over what's going on in Washington and what's going on with Steve Mnuchin and the Federal Reserve for your stimulus. Finally, at the 10-minute mark, I'll be going over how to do holiday decor in a lighthearted, easy breezy way, but don't get overwhelmed in small spaces with decor that's proportionally too big. It's like there's an elephant in the room and it's not someone's hairstyle. All right, let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news as you sit here this morning is that, boy, there is incredible progress by the viewers of this channel in getting that stimulus money. Let me explain what's going on. CARES Act 1, the first stimulus package passed in March, dedicated stimulus, free money, free grant money, to you. It was given to the states, and the states were supposed to give it to the cities and counties, and then they were supposed to give it to you. What's gone on is that a lot of cities and counties, to the shock of viewers and the shock of me, sat on the money for months. Now they have to use it or lose it, and the date to lose it is about a few weeks away in early December. And so they're rushing to market, they're rushing to the place to issue this money to the citizens of their state. The money is in 3 locations. It's either in the state, it's in the city, or it's in the county. So how do you get the money, and what is the easiest way to find the money? Moreover, in this recording, I'm going to go over how to deal with negative nannies that you may get on the phone from your city officials. It's an old repeat of Blaine 66 for this channel. First, the money is either in the city, state, or county. So call 211 to start and ask for COVID grants. That specifically asks for rental grants. Don't say my name. Don't say stimulus. Don't say CARES Act 1. That'll just confuse the person on the other side. Ask if there's any COVID grants, like grants for rent and utilities. It will likely route you to the local government authority that is administering them. Second, also call your city hall. Third, call your county hall. Fourth, call your state housing authority. Viewers of this channel unanimously are getting enormous sums of money, and I don't mean 1 month of rent. They're getting generally 6 to 12 months of rent, and they're getting thousands of dollars per person. Most of them are also getting utilities on top of that. You don't have to have any sort of special situation usually to qualify for these grants. I have one viewer said, make it very clear to them, LALATE, that I'm a single mom, I have a kid, I'm also working, I still got a rent grant. So don't presume that because you have to be this, you have to be that. Don't be a negative nanny. Next. What's important to understand is that this is free money. You don't repay it. Second, it is also available for viewers on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, and railroad benefits. Third, the money is only in your public agency. So this is not private grant. So this is your city and your county and your state. Fourth, and this is what I'm now delivering as new information midday today. When I launched this channel on April 25th, I dealt with a common theme at EIDL and SBA. The common theme was officials people you got on the phone, call center operators who were rude, uninformed, or just disrespectful. I've actually had one viewer send me a tweet said I was spoken to very disrespectful by a 211 operator. Another person said, you know what? I called up someone in West Virginia. They said we've never had grants. It took me all of 10 seconds for the person to say West Virginia, and I went on the West Virginia State grant site by the state governor's website, and there it listed a rental grant program. He was actually told by a member of the governor's office that they didn't even have grants. It's actually on the governor's website for rental grants. So what I imparted to my earlier viewers of this channel on April and May is if you get negative information, you get false information, or you get information you simply believe is untrue, be respectful, get off the phone, and call back and speak to another person. If you get it again, call back and speak to another person. I had one viewer last night that said, LALATE, please tell this to viewers. I couldn't find a rent grant when you first told me on Thursday. I found a utilities grant first, but I really did believe there was a rent grant from my city or county, so I kept on calling, and I got another one person on the phone, and I found it. The first person gave me incorrect information on the phone from 211. What I need to tell you, and this is what's so important, and this is why this channel was successful back in April, May, is I told viewers, keep calling. Don't get a person on the phone who is rude, disrespectful, or unknowledgeable and says it doesn't exist. Don't know, never had it, never was, never did, and you sit back and you say, done. There's nothing. One person told me there's nothing. Done. You know, that never got anywhere. I had viewers calling SBA every day for 7 days in a week until they got what they wanted, and they finally got it. Ultimately, it doesn't take 7 phone calls with this, but what's important to understand is someone tells you no, can't find it, don't know, call someone else. These are government agencies, and sometimes they're just not well staffed, or they're staffed from home because of COVID, and they're unable to see the things as quickly as you and I can. It's there, go get it. Next, escalated benefits. If you qualify for escalated unemployment benefits, do that as well. What's important to understand is that my viewers who are doing it are getting $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 of back UI escalated benefits because they're following the advice of this channel. It's very simple. To pull your 2019 tax return, look and see how much you qualify. If you made $18,000 to $25,000, you may be able to raise it $50 a week. If you made $20,000 to $30,000, you may be able to raise $100 a week. If you made over $30,000, you may be able to max it out. I had 3 viewers who maxed it out overnight. They raised it $200 to $300 a week. 30 weeks, that's upwards of $9,000 they each got. All they had to do was just fax a letter, very simple, and attach their 2019 tax return to their unemployment agency saying, hi, please look and see if I qualify for more weekly benefits. Thank you. And they were done. Now, same thing with unemployment. Unemployment departments are notorious. This channel, when I launched on April 25th, I had nothing but complaints from several states where they weren't available on the phone. You couldn't get them on the phone. You had to call 5, 6 times. If you are confronting that, don't give up. That's the power of the purple. Motivation and perseverance. If you can't get someone on the phone, don't just give up. It's that straightforward. Next, what's going on in Congress? What's going on with Mnuchin? Mnuchin today issued not one, but two statements, basically confirming what I confirmed on Mornings LALATE, that his cutting off of funds to the Federal Reserve was for the Main Street Lending Program, a program that really did not cater to any of the viewers of this channel, despite the fact that I had about 20 videos on it. No one liked it. You didn't like it. Wall Street didn't like it. No one liked the program. He cut off funding for that program. Big deal. The program should not have existed. It was a bomb of a program. Mnuchin says, I'm not cutting off funding for COVID, and I'm not cutting funding off for stimulus. Moreover, he said, if the elections are certified, being, particular with his words, if the elections are certified, I will work with the next Treasury Secretary to ensure that stimulus relief goes out. What a wonderful statement. What a beautiful, wonderful statement. So the false narratives that have been on Twitter in the last 24 hours that Mnuchin was trying to stop your stimulus is simply untrue. I told you it was untrue, and he confirmed the same as well this morning. So good for him. Thank you so much. Next, McConnell and Schumer negotiating again today. We have not gotten a briefing about what happened with the negotiations yesterday. Ultimately, what's important to understand is if they reach an agreement about a stimulus check or enhanced unemployment benefits and extension of UI or PUA or FPUC, it's not right now money. It's not money today. So viewers keep on asking me, LA, do you think we're going to get a stimulus check? Yes. Do you think it's going to come before the holidays? I don't know. I can't predict these people. But I'm making it very clear to you, you qualify for all this other stuff. There's virtually no viewer of this channel who doesn't qualify for this stuff. The only viewers who don't qualify are people who made a lot of money. And those are the only ones that don't qualify. So please go get this right now money. And then if a stimulus check does come from the federal government in the next few weeks, you got that as well. Finally, let's turn to some holiday decor. Boy, I mean, one of the major issues that people don't confront when doing holiday decor is that too much is sometimes really too much. And you don't want to do decor which overwhelms your space. Some people have small apartments. Some people live in a small home, a one-bedroom home. And you don't want to do decor that overwhelms the space. In the day of social media and Instagram and Twitter, you may see pictures of big, bold, beautiful items and then think, I'm going to put that in my space. And then you look at it and say, oh no, what did I do? What's important to understand is that holiday decor can become overwhelming. And if you make it overwhelming, it then makes the space difficult to maneuver. Don't do that. So let me give you an example of something too much and something just right. If you see the proportions of the studio where we are right now, and you see my arm span, you can see I go from cabinet to the end of the reef here. You see about how wide the space is based upon my proportions. I'm about a 6 foot tall man. So you'll see how much space I have. Let me use the first ornament, a decoration, and show you how big it is in the space. Okay, so this decoration is almost the spread of my entire body. It's a reindeer. It's a reindeer. This is paper mache. It's paper. Hear that? It's paper. It's hollow. It's sprayed with some spray paint with a cute little band around the bed. Has adorable legs. Very charming. Flat, so you could put it on the floor, could put it on the dining room table. It's Rudolph without the red nose. But look how big it is in this very little space. Imagine putting something like this in this type of space. One, it would make me nervous. It would make me anxious. Don't make yourself anxious by overwhelming your space with holiday decor. Holiday decor is supposed to be inviting. It's not supposed to make you nervous because it's just so cluttered with holiday decor. Don't clutter your space. So this is something I would say does not work. It's too much. Now, there's a catch. The catch of a holiday item like this is that if you have a cabinet, a tall cabinet, or you have a tall dresser, and the dresser sits very high in the room and has a flat surface, this could go on top. I like to put something this sort of big that's light. You can tell how light it is. It's barely the weight of a cell phone. You could put something light like this on top of a cabinet, on top of a dresser, so it's out of your floor space. Floor space, maneuverability is so important in the holidays, especially for my elderly viewers or my middle-aged viewers. You don't want to be tripping around the holidays. You don't want to be falling. You don't want to be tripping on holiday decor. You don't want your guests or your family members to trip on something during holiday. You want to keep the open spaces of the floor easy to maneuver. So putting something like this on top of like a cabinet behind me is something that's great because it's still in a viewable line of sight, and he'll be able to watch over you as well. So then what? And hence we had another crash of the set. So what is the appropriate size for something in the decor? This is more sensible. Look at this wonderful, sensible size shape of an item. It's virtually the same decoration as the one before you saw. It's a little bit dusty. And here you see how proportionally he works in the space. He's about the size of everything in the backdrop, in the cabinet space, the counter. And you see for proportion to here, he's about half of my upper body. And when you look at my wingspan, he's definitely substantially smaller. Something like this is versatile. It could be on a countertop. It can be on a floor. It could be on a table. And it could be on a shelf ledge. What's important to understand is that when choosing ornaments, you want to make sure that you have something that's proportional to where you are, not overwhelming, because something that's sensible can work better. Moreover, if you think that something needs to be dressed up or dusted like this one, then what you can do is certainly enhance this with more items around it. That's the difference of choosing something proportional versus something that crashes the rest of the set. If you have questions in today's video, drop them in the comments below and I might feature them in tomorrow's recording. Coming up at 3:30 Pacific Standard Time is big developments about Shaq. Followed by that with Purple, more about how to get your great money, and then Being a Mitch, developments from Mitch McConnell and Chuck Schumer. As always, stay informed, stay smiling, and stay LA for more.